Hi, this is Professor Favors. This is sort of part one of how to prepare your annotated bibliography under Module 2. So I'm in the eCampus classroom, and this is just a blanket course. So make sure that when you are formatting your document that you use the appropriate section number. So I'm in the eCampus course, and so I want to look at MLA topics videos. So you want to click that tab, and the resources that you're going to need in order to format your entries will be the Purdue Writing Lab. So that opens up into a new window. And then you can use the worksheet that is downloadable. And so for the actual Purdue Writing Lab formatting for electronic sources, I'm actually going to do a part two because the screencast software won't let me do both. I can do Windows, but I can't sort of flip between Windows and then the Microsoft Word document. So I'm going to have to do all Windows first, and then I'll do the Microsoft Word document. And so our goal is to focus on basic style for citations of electronic sources. This is the information that you need. So in terms of author and editor names, article name and quotation marks, title of the website, version numbers if there are any, posting dates or anything like that, publisher information, page numbers, date you access the material, etc. And you need this information because you're either going to cite the entire website, and I really want you to not cite the whole site in terms of just putting metoo.com or metoo.org or metoomovement.org. I really want you to understand how to search for information. And then, of course, a page on a website. Okay. And then there is the option of a YouTube video. So if I go to the Me Too website, Me Too movement website, there is a section on the site that houses YouTube videos. So here is an example of that YouTube video formatting style. So if we are in the the eCampus class, and we click on lessons and assignments, and we need to access Module 2, Working Annotated Bibliography Entries, um, Working Annotated Bibliography, then we know that our four sources that we have that are required for the paper are Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, and then On the Duty of Civil Disobedience. And so let's click Me Too movement first. And when you are searching for information, remember that um, each website has a landing page, or that is considered their home page. What you want to do is figure out what part of the site you think is helpful for you, and it's going to take some time to figure that out. But if I just say I just wanted to get started, right? Get to know us. Okay. And then I have this information about history and inception, vision, theory of change, then the activist, Tarana Burke, who is the founder, and then the team. So I would want to know the history first. Okay, this gives me information about the history. From the founder, I get some information. I also see that this information is written by Tarana Burke. So that means that gives us an author. Understand that it is the page you land on that determines what your URL will be. So if you see your URL in this screen, you see metoomovement.org, get to know us, history and inception, and then the /. So that would be your actual information. And so then from the founder, inception would be formatted in quotation marks. Then the title of the website will be history and inception, meaning that this is where we found the information. Or we could use get to know us as also in italics. Okay. And um, then of course the publisher information would be Me Too movement organization. And then we don't have a date or anything like that. And so we will copy and paste the URL that you see here. into your main document, and then create the access date 04 March 2023. Okay, so remember, each website has its own landing page or their home page, but until you find the information that you want, you don't know exactly what to format in quotation marks. You have to click and click and click to the information that you want to use, and that would be formatted in quotation marks. So make sure to watch part 2 of this, because in part 2, I actually create the screenshot and then teach you how to format the entry. Okay. So if we now want to look at Black Lives Matter, and look at these tabs. You have news, about, and shop. Then you have transparency center, BLM, HBCU, and resources. And so if we want to look at news, say for instance, we want to look at news, remember that you are clicking this tab. We landed on the home page. You can click Transparency Center. Transparency Center for this source is going to have welcome information, mission, vision, facts, etc. Right? But if I want to learn a little bit more, sometimes I could click About. About is going to give me some information. I'm going to get some her story, 8 years strong, about Black Lives Matter. So let's do that for a minute. And that's going to give me a lot of information, historical information. But if I wanted to get back out of that and go into news, you're going to see something that's much more recent. And then here is a sample article. There is no author information. So then this full title that you see here will be formatted in quotation marks. Then the title of the website would be news, because this article here falls up under news. And then then the publisher information will be Black Lives Matter Movement Organization. And then there is a date here, January 27, 2023. And then you add the URL that you see here. And then after that, the access date. Okay. So again, it's the page. Pay attention to what you're clicking, where that information is housed. So this article here is housed under the news tab. Okay. So let's look at Blue Lives Matter. And this is a Washington Post article. And so we definitely have a publication date. We have an author. Then we have the full title of the work, and it includes a subtitle. So there's Blue Lives Do Matter. That's the problem. When you are formatting, you format all major letters in capital. So blue, L, D, M, T, and then P, right? What you see here on the screen is the way news agencies may format a title, but when you format the title in MLA format, all major letters are capitalized. So then Blue Lives Do Matter with the hyphen, that's the problem, at a colon. And then How Police Identity Trumps Public Interest is your subtitle. And all of that is formatted in quotation marks. So we definitely have an author. We understand that this article is housed under Made by History. That will be in italics. And then, of course, the Washington Post would be the sponsoring information. You add the date, 30 November 2017, the URL that you see here, and then your access date information. Okay. And then I'm not going to look at on the duty of civil disobedience too much, because it's typically on the duty of civil disobedience is typically a print source. And so even though you see ebook here, and if you look at the Purdue OWL resource, you can format it for ebook. Okay, so I'll let you try that out, but the author would be Thoreau, Henry David, and then on civil disobedience, which would be in italics, you add ebook, and then it was published. The publication would be Project Gutenberg, but usually this person, the Gutenberg organization likely published it from the major publisher. Okay, and then you essentially treat it like a book, as you will see here. Where is that information? As you see here, Gutenberg organization. Okay, so these are your 4 sources, major sources. This is part 1, just kind of searching the information and understanding the difference between the landing page in terms of the home page of that website and the page you land on once you have done your research. So look for part 2 after this video.